welcome to the podcast for When the Curves Line Up for October 7th, 2023. Please see the article that includes diagrams of today's events on the website at whenthecurveslineup.com. Text by Jeffrey L. Hunt. In Chicago, sunrise occurs at 6:54 a.m. Central Daylight Time, followed by sunset at 6:22 p.m. For the October 14th solar eclipse, an easy way to observe its progress is to sit under a tree. The annular or ring of fire eclipse is visible across a narrow path from America's Pacific coast to the Gulf of Mexico. Other regions see a partial eclipse. Without undue warnings, please do not look directly at the sun anytime. Notice the spots of light under a tree on any sunny day. The overlapping leaves and branches create pinholes, like that of a pinhole projector, made by tiny holes made in aluminum foil. Sunlight shines through those holes and makes tiny images of the sun on the ground. During the eclipse, the images become crescents as the eclipse progresses. While trees in more northern locations may have lost their leaves, the overlapping branches may create the pinholes needed to see the crescents. Here is today's planet forecast. In the morning sky. In 3 mornings, the Venus-Saturn opposition occurs. The two planets are 180 degrees apart in the sky. Venus rises as Saturn sets. For several mornings Saturn has been in the haze near the horizon, perhaps visible through a binocular. This morning, the morning star rises 3 hours, 46 minutes before the Sun, and Saturn is quite low in the west-southwest, visible only with the optical aid. The thicker air near the horizon blurs, reddens, and dims celestial objects. By an hour before daybreak, the thick crescent moon, 41% illuminated, is high in the east-southeast, 1.7 degrees to the lower right of Pollux, one of the Gemini twins. The lunar orb continues to step eastward each morning. The moon appears near Venus and Regulus in 3 mornings. This morning the crescent is over 35 degrees above the brilliant planet. Venus is nearly 30 degrees above the horizon and 2.9 degrees to the right of Regulus. Their conjunction occurs in 2 mornings. At this hour, Jupiter is about 40 degrees above the west-southwest horizon. It continues to retrograde in front of Aries, 12.8 degrees to the left of Hamel, the constellation's brightest star, 11.2 degrees to the upper right of Menkar, the sea monster's nostril, and 17.4 degrees below the Pleiades star cluster, part of Taurus. The planet is retrograding as Earth overtakes the more distant planet. Earth passes between the Sun and Jupiter after midnight on November 3rd. Jupiter rises at sunset, appears high in the southern sky near midnight, and sets at sunrise. It is opposite the Sun, in the same way that Venus and Saturn are nearly opposite. Earlier this morning at 2:09 a.m. CDT, Jupiter's Great Red Spot is visible through a telescope at the center of the planet in the southern hemisphere. The long-lived atmospheric disturbance is on the Earth-facing side of the planet for over an hour before and after its prime viewing time. Bright Mercury is retreating into bright sunlight. Rising 51 minutes before the Sun, it is only 3 degrees above the horizon. In the evening sky, Mars is not visible, setting about 30 minutes after the Sun. 1 hour after sunset, Saturn is nearly 25 degrees above the southeast horizon. The Ringed Wonder passed opposition August 27th and it continues to retrograde in front of Aquarius. It is 7.3 degrees to the left of Deneb Alchdi, Capricornus tail. Saturn and the star snugly fit into the same binocular field of view. Look for Fomalhaut, the mouth of the southern fish, over 5 degrees above the horizon and about 20 degrees below Saturn. Saturn is south less than 4 hours after sundown and disappears into the haze above the west-southwest horizon before Venus rises. Jupiter rises in the east-northeast 77 minutes after sundown. As the calendar day ends, it is over halfway up in the east-southeast. Tomorrow morning during twilight, it is in the west-southwest. At 10 p.m. CDT, the Great Red Spot is at center stage again, 2 Jupiter days after this morning's show. Thank you for listening. Please read the articles at whenthecurveslineup.com.